Born on a chilly November day in 1804, Franklin Pierce hailed from New Hampshire, the son of State Governor Benjamin Pierce. The fifth of 8 children, Franklin was no stranger to the world of politics, having watched his father serve as a prominent Democratic Republican. In 1833, Franklin began to carve out his own political path, serving in the House of Representatives. His political journey continued in the Senate, where he served from 1837 until his resignation in 1842. Following this, he enjoyed success in private law practice and was appointed New Hampshire's U.S. Attorney in 1845. Pierce's life took a martial turn when he participated in the Mexican-American War as a brigadier general in the United States Army. This military stint may have bolstered his image, as he was seen as a compromise candidate uniting Northern and Southern interests. In 1852, he was nominated for president at the Democratic National Convention. Alongside running mate William R. King, Pierce easily defeated the Whig Party ticket of Winfield Scott and William A. Graham, paving his path to the presidency. As the 14th President of the United States, Pierce strived to enforce neutral standards for civil service while also satisfying the Democratic Party's diverse elements with patronage. However, his efforts largely failed, turning many in his party against him. Pierce was a young America expansionist who signed the Gadsden Purchase of land from Mexico and led a failed attempt to acquire Cuba from Spain. His presidency saw trade treaties with Britain and Japan, and his cabinet implemented departmental reforms and improved accountability. However, his support for the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which nullified the Missouri Compromise, led to a sharp decline in his popularity in the northern states, while many southern whites continued to support him. The Act's passage led to violent conflict over the expansion of slavery in the American West. Pierce's administration faced further damage when several of his diplomats issued the Ostend Manifesto calling for the annexation of Cuba, a move that received widespread criticism. He expected the Democrats to renominate him in the 1856 presidential election, but they abandoned him, and his bid failed. His reputation in the North suffered further during the American Civil War as he became a vocal critic of President Lincoln. Pierce's personal life was also fraught with tragedy. His 3 children died young, and his wife, Jane Pierce, suffered from illness and depression for much of her life. The last surviving son was tragically killed in a train accident shortly before Pierce's inauguration. Franklin Pierce, a heavy drinker, met his end in 1869 from cirrhosis. Despite his sociable and outgoing nature, Pierce's presidency is commonly ranked as one of the least memorable. His support of the South and failure to hold the Union together in times of strife significantly impacted his legacy. So when reflecting on the presidency of Franklin Pierce, one must consider the key question: did his actions ultimately stoke the fires of the American Civil War? The answer, it seems, lies in the pages of history.